Hey everyone, this is Devan, and today I will be reviewing the Fosi Audio Q4 DAC amp converter for headphones. There are many budget DACs out there, but this one has been getting a lot of attention because of its compatibility with the PS5. The PS5 doesn't have an optical out port, leaving only 3 ways to extract its sound: HDMI output, USB output, or the controller output. Each of these outputs have their own limitations. Based on my research, using an HDMI audio extractor is not compatible with the PS5's Tempest 3D audio. The PS5 has been updated to send 3D audio to TV speakers, but I don't believe this would work for headphones. The next option is the headphone jack on the PS5 controller. While the sound from the controller isn't bad by any means, it doesn't carry the same sense of impact that I feel when my headphones are connected to my laptop or my iPhone dongle. I've done some blind tests, and the sound from my iPhone is much fuller and much richer. So that leaves us with the USB ports. The PS5's USB ports are only compatible with the UAC1 audio protocol. This confused many people since most DACs that are used to convert the digital signal from the port to an analog signal for the headphones are only compliant with the UAC2 standard. This is where the Fosi Q4 comes in. I believe this is the cheapest DAC that is compatible with the PS5. It only goes up to 200 ohms, so it's not recommended for high impedance, low sensitivity headphones. I've tried it with the KOS KSC75, the KPH30i, and the Monoprice Retro, and it sounded great with all of them. The Monoprice Retro especially was able to make great use of the extra power to really drive the low-end rumble. The mids on the KSC75 also packed a lot more punch, and the soundstage sounded more expansive through the Fosi Q4 than on the PS5 controller. Installation is extremely simple. Just plug one cable from the rear USB-A port of the PS5 to the USB-B port of the Fosi Q4, then plug the micro USB cable into a 5V power supply. Do note that the power supply is not included. After powering it on, the PS5 should instantly recognize it as a USB headset. You can then either control the volume from the PS5's UI or from the DAC itself. An advantage of using a DAC is having access to a volume knob. It's much faster to use the knob to turn down the volume rather than going through the UI. Another advantage is access to the EQ. For games like Call of Duty, where the explosions can really interfere with the sound of enemy footsteps, you can just kick the bass down. The one disadvantage is that the Q4 is not compatible with microphones, so you have to just use the mic on the PS5 controller. It's not a huge problem for me since I don't think the sound from the PS5 mic is that bad, but I can see this being a pain point for some people. I've also tested the Q4 with the Nintendo Switch, and sadly it wasn't compatible, so you would have to use something like the shit hell since it's compatible with both. Overall, I think the Fosi Q4 is a great peripheral for the PS5. If you live in an apartment like me and you're not in a position to use a sound system, I would definitely consider getting one. It adds so much to the sound and ease of use at such a low price point. A bonus is that this is one of the few pieces of audio gear that's fairly priced in Canada. It's currently going for $80 Canadian and $65 US. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I will have more content in the future that will go over some of the best budget headphones for the PS5. This has been Devan, and thank you for listening.